Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Mode, the series where we do make things very difficult for ourselves by putting the difficulty settings all the way up and adding in additional rules that we have to follow to make things even tougher. Tonight it's round 21, we're heading to Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And we're coming off the back of another disappointing and expensive race. Another double DNF. Yuki in a strong position totaled his car. Well, not completely totaled it, but did some serious damage, which meant that, among other things, we also had to pay for a brand new engine. So as you can see, we are currently $2 million in the hole, which is really not good. That stops us from being able to spend money on research and prep for next season. We can't even do a position gain sponsor guarantee tonight to try and recover some of that money, because you can't do those in sprint weekends. So at least what we can do tonight is kind of find the baseline pace that Yuki's going to have in his car now, and then maybe just not qualify him for the rest of the season. Well, I say the rest of the season, the last two races, Vegas and Abu Dhabi, with the opportunity to maybe do a position gain and make more money that way than we would just trying to pass our sponsor objectives. We'll see how it goes tonight. But yeah, we do need to earn as much as we can now before the end of the year, because, as I say, we want to try and cram in as much research as we can, and it would be nice to maybe try and upgrade a facility over the winter as well. So we'll see how things go in the next 3 Grand Prix, this one included. Right, let's have a quick look at our car. Now, there were some cars that still had parts to fit. Let's see if that has changed. I'm not sure. Let's compare our two cars. I mean, theoretically they should be the same, which they are, but obviously, hang on, it would help if I actually changed the car that way. So yeah, they are the same, as you can see, same values. Just car 1 is 1 rank higher because they don't do ties in this, it's straight positions. So everything is identical, except Yuki's got a brand new engine, so he will have more power available than Liam, and he is a quicker driver than Liam as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we can do tonight. Let's compare Yuki against the grid. So let's go against McLaren first of all, because they are the cars that we are obviously fighting against. So Yuki versus Lando. We've got 0.3 of a kilometre nearly, or 0.25 kilometres in speed. We've got a pretty decent acceleration gain. Big DRS gain, 20% better DRS. They've got more downforce than us. We've got better cooling, both brakes and engine. Again, I'm wondering if there's maybe some parts missing off that car. Let me have a quick look at Oscar's. Now, Oscar's car is the same, so maybe that is where the McLaren is. In that case, we should be able to beat Norris quite comfortably tonight, assuming Yuki keeps it on the track. We're also going to fight with Williams, so let's take a look at Albon's car. Oh, wow, look at that. They're 4th in top speed. Where has that come from? They're 1.3 kilometers an hour faster than us in at top speed. That's significant. Obviously, they've got better downforce than us. They're first in high-speed downforce. Wow, Williams have really got their act together this year. Look at this. That's incredible. 9th in low speed, 10th in medium speed. I think we're going to struggle. Even with a brand new engine, I think we might struggle to stay with Albon here tonight. But we'll see. But yeah, we should definitely have the legs over McLaren tonight. But Williams might be another matter. Let's set some targets for tonight's Grand Prix. Don't think Q3 is achievable. I'm going to go just one in Q1. Let's say Q2. Do I want to take the risk of 2 in Q2? No, I don't think I do. We'll just go 1 in each. There we go. Finish position 2 in the top 15. Hopefully we can achieve that. I'm toying with the idea of trying for the fastest lap, but I just don't think we'll get it. Even with the new engine. I'm not going to go for the fastest lap. Finish position streak. 1 in the top 15 for 2 races. It's a brand new streak. Again, it keeps giving us this streak. And it keeps giving it to us even when we fail it. So in terms of the reward, so I'm going to see if we can keep that going. And then we've got one last quali streak that we can set up. There are 3 Grand Prix left. So let's go 1 in the top 15 for the last 3 races. And that might be worth an extra $500,000. There we go. So our objectives are done. The weather is going to be fine. Let's send them to the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in Brazil.
Our F1 season brings us to Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Better known simply as Interlagos, the Autodromo José Carlos Pache sits between 2 lakes here in Sao Paulo. The home of the Brazilian round of Formula One since 1973, plenty of champions have been crowned here, with many more to come. Interlagos Sector 2 is a maze of twists and turns, demanding the highest downforce. Sectors 1 and 3 are high speed, however, giving drivers plenty to keep them busy around this thrilling track.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with qualifying brought forward to make way for an all-out sprint race which will decide the grid for the Grand Prix.
Let's get on with the weekend.
So good evening to Farah, Packins, Victor. Good to see you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hello to everyone else who hasn't yet to pop into the chat. Right, let's get started. No reserve driver, because it is a sprint weekend, so we need both of our drivers focused and prepped. We're going to go with medium tyres for Liam. Actually, no, I'm going to save those mediums because they're going to be more important in the Grand Prix. So we'll go with softs, and let's go. Let's see, Brazil is 21 laps, so we'll fuel for 21, and let's swap out those parts. We do have a new ERS unit that we purchased for Liam. I might hold that back to next Grand Prix. It depends just how knackered this one is. I think we might have to do it here. So 22% on the engine. We're going to have to run it tonight. Yeah, I mean, we're over the practice and quali and the sprint, we're going to knock that down below 40%. So we'll have to run the new one, I think, in the race. And let's go with that gearbox. I hope I can get away with not having to buy him a new gearbox. We'll see. That would be another $1 million down the drain. Evening, Daniel. Right, setup then for Lawson. Let's go with a 7, a 13, a 3.7, 3.15, and a 0.10. There we go. And now let's work on Yuki's car. So again, we're going to go soft tyres in the opening session. We're going to go 21 laps. Drop those settings. There we go. Swap out the parts. So we'll go with that engine there. There is the brand new engine that we'll be slapping in his car tonight. And then ERS. We'll go with that one. And we'll go with that gearbox. Again, looking pretty rough gearbox wise with Yuki. Hopefully we can get through the last couple of races after this without needing a new gearbox. Right, setup for Yuki's car. We're going to go slightly more aggressive. We're going to go with a 7, a 12.5, a 1.9, and then we're going to go with a 3.4 and a 0.5. Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's send them to the track and see how we're doing. Where are we racing? Tonight we're racing at Brazil.
Radio check, Yuki, radio check.
Yeah, okay.
Loud and clear, Yuki. A bit less curb.
Yeah, copy that.
So yeah, we are getting down to the nitty gritty, the final few races of this season. Just 2 more to go after tonight. That'll be Vegas tomorrow, and then Abu Dhabi on Thursday, and then that's it for this season. We are really in a dogfight with Williams and McLaren at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. Our target is 8th. We are currently 7th, a point ahead of Williams and 2 points ahead of McLaren. And both of them have been a little resurgent recently, so it could be a really tense final race. I don't mind finishing 8th. That will keep us within our objective, and will actually give us slightly more hours for next season as well. But a little bit less prize money is the trade-off. But I don't want to finish 9th. I want to at least pass an objective this year. Right, let's have a quick look at our setup feedback. 83% and 95%, so close with Liam, a bit far off with Yuki. Let's call them both in. It is a sprint, so we want to get them in ASAP. Get these cars nailed as quickly as we can before the end of Q1, or the end of FP1. Evening, Barry.
The entry.
So follow pit lane speed limiter, obviously. Stop in front of the garage.
Right, let's have a look. So it needs to be a 13 on the wing, which means that needs to be at least a 2.8. Let's go with a 6.5, a 13, a 2.8, a 3.45. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at Mexico. Whoops. So I have got a 6.5. Let's see, a 6.5, a 13, a 3.7, a 3.25, and a 0.15. That's not going to work. So let's go with the setup we put on Yuki's car. Sorry, on Liam's car. Let's go 7, 13, 3.7, 3.15, and a 0.1. That's not going to work either. It's not too far off. We'll give that a go. Let's have a look at Liam. And again, it's pretty close. It's not too far away, so we only really need to mess around with the camber, I think. Then maybe just a correction with the wing. How far are we? We're only 5% away, so it only needs to be a subtle change. That might be enough. Or maybe it's that way. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go to a 3.1. We'll see if that works. Let's drop the fuel load down a lap because the tyres won't last otherwise. Hey, stop running a pool on when Yuki's going to destroy the car. You're just tempting fate. I can't afford you to tempt fate. I can't afford us. I can't afford us just to run the regular season at the moment. I swear to God, if Yuki crashes in this race, I'm banning you, Farah. Evening, Mr. Water. Baron says he's also not had a good day, but the stream will make things better. Well, it depends on how we do in the race. It could go very badly. Farah's already put the curse on us.
Tell me what the tyres are.
Liam's tyres are giving up the ghost. Not surprised. That's the downside to running softs here. 90%, so we have improved Yuki, but not enough.
Let me keep this one.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, those tyres are starting to struggle. Right, Yuki's in. Make some last minute adjustments. Get a head start on feedback going into quali. It's a chance to try and get this car close to 100. Right, we're off on the cornering, so the cornering needs to be up here by the look of it. Which means that needs to come back. Front wing looks okay. Traction looks okay. Gonna push that a little bit more. And I think I'm gonna go with that. No, I'm gonna go with that. That's a slightly safer bet. Right, touch wood. That is it. What does the winner get? Permaband. You're all Judases. You're all trying to get me to have a horrible race.
How's
93, so we actually went backwards slightly with Lawson there. Evening horrific. Right, so where do we go wrong? Okay, it's this, so let's go the opposite direction. Correct, and it looks like both of our drivers are going to be very similar again on setup. Can try that. Question is, will these tyres actually last anything left? Oh, they will. Nice. You'll lose more than you span there, Mr. Otter. You'll lose your kneecaps.
just checking flag?
Right then, let's have a look at that partial feedback, see if we were going in the right direction with those last minute changes.
It's time to determine starting positions for the sprint race, here in qualifying.
Just like a normal race qualifying session, drivers will battle it out for their starting grid position. But this time, it'll be for the upcoming sprint.
Now, there's been a bit of talk about Sergio Perez of late. How's he going to be feeling, do you think?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
Let the competition commence.
Okay, so we nailed the traction. Everything else is looking pretty good. That might be the setup then. Let's take a look at Yuki. All we know is the straights. That does not help us. Damn. Okay. Well, we'll go with it and hope. Let's slap in the new engine. There we go, and we'll go one flying lap to start with. Let's go with the 74% engine. We'll go with the new ERS and that gearbox. There we go. So, penalties are plenty for our drivers. They're going to be starting from the back of the grid. but that won't take place till the main race itself. It won't affect the sprint.
Should be great.
So, given Yuki's inherent pace advantage and that brand new engine, I'm expecting quite a significant gap between the two drivers, even though they are now both running the most up-to-date spec parts on the car.
Yep.
So skill level and the extra horsepower will definitely make a difference. And it's normally been around 3-4 tenths between them. I would expect it to be at least half a second, if not more, at the end of qualifying here.
So track is clear. So go one, go one. Track is clear. Charge off and push.
Remember, the Red Bull engine starts losing power once it goes below 85%. This one's at 74. But both drivers are going to get an absolutely clean lap in terms of traffic. No one else has left the pit lane yet. And here we go. We've got Stroll and Perez coming out. So let's see what kind of time he can set. A 108.8. It's well, I have no idea if it's any good or bad. Let's see how much quicker Yuki is.
Copy.
Only 2 tenths. Oh wow!
Follow the reference. This is 11. This is 11.
Very surprised by that. Well, let's wait till they get back to the garage and see what their setup rating is. Be able to see how they do against other cars. Got Stroll about to set his time, and Perez right behind him. Ooh, wow, we are close to Stroll. We're close to Perez. Okay, something's not quite right there for us to be that close. Oh, and that's what I like to see. We absolutely nailed that setup there. Beautiful stuff. Let's go with one additional lap of fuel, like that. And Yuki, we got wrong. And we can't fix that. I can't even roll back to the 95 that was our previous best. We got the roll bar wrong. So that should have been a 2.8 after all. That's my bad. Never mind. I'm actually going to send them out now. The longer I leave it, the more their confidence is just going to start to gradually dissipate. So let's take advantage of them being pretty high confidence now. Let's set another lap on these tyres, and then that will probably be it for this session for us. If it looks like we're going to get both cars through, I'd rather save another set of softs. or save the softs for the next session rather than using them in this one.
Copy.
So hopefully we'll get a clean run here. I'm hoping that Ferrari behind us is on an out lap or an in lap.
Yeah, copy.
Let's have a look. It's Sainz, so yeah, Sainz is on an in lap, so we haven't got any pressure from a car pulling us over. The cars in front of us are either on an in lap or finishing their flying lap. So we're all good there.
I'm going to expect some bunching. So it'll be go one.
And these times are bizarre. Look at this. Sainz is running a 108.0 as the provisional pole right now. We're only half a second off that. Albon's only 0.3 off, but Albon, we saw his car is insanely quick right now. And you look at Lawson, he's less than 0.8 behind Sainz. He's nearly, you know, Norris is nearly double that distance away from Sainz. Are these times accurate, or are these just a little bit fuddled? I don't know. No improvement for Lawson, but Yuki is improving in the first sector. Maybe it's the new component effect. Maybe a lot of other cars are running old gear. Lawson improves in the middle. And improves up to 11th place.
P11. Excellent lap. Run switch cool and box.
And Yuki improves to 8th. He's just 0.02 of a second slower than Lewis. Right, I'm going to take a sneaky peek here. Who else is running penalties? Stroll and Sargent. Sargent, that's probably component damage. From the collision when Yuki took him out in the last race. There's probably new bits in his car. Ocon has a penalty. And so let's say Stroll does. Let's take a quick sneaky peek down the grid. So, old engine for Leclerc. But not for Sainz, and he's running a brand new gearbox this weekend. Piastri, average. Norris, old gearbox. Max, old engine. Perez, newish engine. Old engine and ERS for Russell. That's going to hurt him. Both of those in the yellow there. Lewis is average. Ocon has yet to set a time. Gasly, average parts. Albon, new gearbox, but also pretty strong engine in ERS. Sargent's new gearbox, old engine, new ERS. So definitely new parts for Logan tonight. Probably the ERS is what's given him the penalty. Magnussen, pretty strong engine. Hülkenberg, pretty average. Bottas, not set a time yet. Zhou, old engine. Stroll, brand new engine, brand new gearbox, old ERS. Wonder what his penalty's for. It could be the engine or the ERS or both. Alonso, not bad. Not bad for Alonso. So it's a bit of a mix, but that is definitely surprising pace. I did not expect us to be this quick, even with the new components. And Yuki is only 0.2 faster than Lawson. I am very surprised by that. I'm wondering if temperature has a thing to do with this. Maybe. We're going to sit this one out. We're going to see what happens. I said, there's no point really pushing hard because we're starting at the back of the grid in the main race, but by the same token, I want to start well with Yuki to try and minimise that penalty. Lawson's going to be unable to get into the top 10, but if we can get Yuki to stay around 8th place like this and finish in the top 8, A, that's points in the sprint, and B, that means he won't be completely at the back of the grid for the main race, which will give him a better chance of fighting back through to maybe get another point in the main race. Assuming he doesn't torpedo someone. And all the other cars with penalties are below, at the moment, Yuki. So, assuming that they're big penalties, they might be starting behind Yuki in the main race. Don't forget, Yuki's going to have a 13 place drop. 10 for the engine, unless it's only 5 for the engine. But he's also got the plus 3 place penalty for the collision with Sargent in Mexico. Right, Q2. Let's go old tyres for Lawson. And old tyres for Yuki. We're going to do 1 lap. And I might leave it at that for Lawson, but I'll definitely send Yuki out again at the end of the session on some new tyres.
Work on your fronts and your brakes.
Yeah, copy.
Warm up tyres.
Copy.
So Hamilton and Stroll using tyres that have only done 1 run. We're using tyres that have done 2.
Nice big gap ahead. So you're good to push when you're in it. Okay, truck is clear.
Let's see what kind of pace we can do with that.
Recharge, off and push.
That handicap. Don't want to get held up by this traffic. And it doesn't look like I will be. I might even get a tow from the back of Magnussen here. If I'm lucky. No, he's a little bit too far ahead.
Watch your delta.
So 108.8.
Pull the car on the way in. Copy.
And Yuki's slower.
Follow the reference.
Lawson seems to have found a bit of pace this weekend.
Copy.
Just taking a look at my driver confidence levels there. Oh, Yuki's not looking so hot. I'm going to send him out now.
Really start to focus on your brakes and front tyres.
Okay, mate, copy.
Alright, is that Ferrari on a cooldown? Nope,
Peak braking.
he's flying.
Peak braking.
Copy.
Deliberately waiting for that Red Bull to go through so we can run right behind it.
Gap ahead is good.
Try and get those slipstreams.
Good to go.
So Lawson winding up to start his flying lap.
There is Norris in front of you. Recharge off and push.
Not sure if it was just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think we actually gained a little bit on that Red Bull down that start-finish straight. We have an improvement in the first for Yuki, not for Liam. Hopefully you can find something in the second sector and the third sector. No improvement for Lawson. Maybe that was just a blinding lap. Drivers will pull them out every now and again. Yuki's up though. Lawson's about to get knocked out of the top 10 by Perez.
That's a strong lap. And we need to cool the PU on this in lap.
No improvement at all on brand new tyres for Lawson. That is disappointing. Yuki improves to 9th. And he's less than 0.6 slower than that Red Bull. Mighty lap from Piastri to get himself into 10th. Gasly still to set a time. He's on a flying lap now. We'll watch this. He's got a bit of traffic. I might have to send Yuki out again here at the end of the session. I don't think he's going to be safe. I'm not going to send Lawson out. We'll leave him as he is. No, we'll send him out again on the same tyres, but we won't give him any fresh tyres. I'm not going to give Yuki fresh tyres either. If we can, maybe move Lawson up an extra place. As I say, the penalties don't take effect until the main race, so this is qualifying for the sprint. So if we can start in 12th, maybe even 11th, that would definitely go in his favour for the race, potentially. And Gasly has gone up into 7th place, so Yuki on the knife edge. I really thought it was going to be this quick. I would have taken the gamble on getting a car into Q3, let alone both into Q2. Something to think about for Vegas, maybe. Although the characteristics of that circuit are a little bit different. If anything, Yuki should be much quicker there in comparison to Lawson. But we'll probably see some engine penalties, etc. in the next race. Quite a few cars running very old parts here. Let's try and find a clear bit of track.
There'll be a little bit of bunching. Good to go. Track is clear. This is in lap.
Not amazing confidence levels for either driver here. Need to pull something out here, I think. Magnussen on track. No, Magnussen's in the pits, so that's it for Magnussen. He's not going to improve. Lawson has found time in the first sector. Yuki has not. Evening, Jeremy. Will not have helped, that Red Bull being where it was. Lawson improves again. Now Yuki improves. Lawson driving for the line. And gets up to 10th. Oh, wow.
This is P10. That was a good lap. Cool as much as you can.
He's knocked out Yuki.
So
Wow. Wow.
It was a good lap. This is in lap. This is in lap.
Top 10.
Now, usually we tend to go a little bit quicker in quali than we do in the race, but I mean, if we can carry this kind of pace into the race, we could be on for an amazing result tonight. Now, somehow, I don't think it will happen. I think Lawson will go backwards a bit, but not as drastically as we have seen, I don't think. And Lawson is not going to improve on 10th. I'm not even going to run him. I'm going to save the tyres. So, and save the wear on the car as well. But yeah, Yuki is out in 11th. Lawson through in 10th. Of course, penalties for the main race, but that won't affect the start of the sprint.
Green light, green light.
I would say we're not going to go out because I think we got extremely lucky to get into Q3 with Lawson, and we don't really have the tyres to try and improve on that without hurting our tyre allocation for the rest of the weekend. So we will settle. Yeah, 81% tyres is just it's a bit too much. A bit too much of a hurdle to overcome. I was just looking at Gasly, being that far off, and I thought, maybe, but maybe we could have got him, but yeah, like I said, we would have needed to use new tyres to do it. So, there we go. That is the end of qualifying. Perez will start the sprint on pole ahead of the two Ferraris. Max down in 5th place. Alonso 4th, Hamilton 6th. Albon 7th, Stroll in 8th, Gasly 9th, and Lawson will start the sprint in 10th, 1 place ahead of his teammate. But first, we've got second practice to get through. So, we want lots and lots of fuel in the car. Get that track knowledge up. It is 21 laps, so I'm going to go 45 laps of fuel. Double it and add a bit more. Let's swap out the good bits. Last hurrah for that gearbox, I think. Might be able to squeeze an FP3 out of it in Vegas, if I'm lucky. As for Yuki, onto the older engine there. Definitely onto the older ERS. And can I get some more life out the gearbox? Yes, I can. There we go. And there is nothing I can do to improve that substantially. I mean, I can do that, which will improve the traction, but it might not improve the cornering. It will break the braking, and it will break the oversteer value. So we'll just leave that as it is. Let's drop those pace stats down. Again, we want to go 45 laps of fuel. Okay, did I do the pace stats for Liam? Yes, I did. Right, let's send them out.
Green light.
So yeah, Lawson is extremely comfortable here this evening. I honestly thought he would be a little bit more distant. I thought he would be about half a second slower than Yuki with that new engine. But he's been quick. He's been very quick. I'm encouraged by that. Not just for tonight, but for next season as well. All that training we've been putting into him seems to be paying off.
Mate, what's going on?
Yeah, copy that. We'll check it.
Almost end up in the ball.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. And wide they go, leaving the
foreshadowing.
racing line. And you really
I
can't
don't like
do
that.
that too often with these cars.
Yeah, something feels strange.
Copy, Yuki. We'll have a look at
In
everything.
your neighbourhood? Who are you going to call? Your race engineer. And to think Farah was criticising my optimism last night when I said we could do well here. well, I said we had the potential to, you know, fight for a point. That definitely seems to be on with both our drivers tonight, not just Tsunoda. Nice to have a backup as well for when Yuki inevitably does something stupid. We'll still have one other car that looks like it can maybe do something here tonight. I wonder if one of the reasons why some of our stats look a little bit better than expected is perhaps maybe a couple of cars are running older spec parts like we've had to because they haven't got the budget left to manufacture new ones. I wonder. I'm trying to figure out how our pace in quali was so good compared to where I was expecting us to be. Can't quite figure it out just yet. Like I said, we do generally tend to run a little bit better in quali than we do in the race days, so let's not count the chickens too soon. Car part knowledge is almost maxed. We might get that up to 100 by the end of the session. Yeah, yes, everyone else is blameless. Well, I'm blameless. Besides, I walked it back. And I put in a qualifier there. Right, we're just going to miss out on the 100% on the car part knowledge. That thing does take ages to go up, unfortunately. And we'll get into the 90s with both of our drivers on track knowledge.
Checkered flag.
And there we go. Nice, relatively quiet practice session. So anyone else got any penalties now, or is it just the original lot? It is just the originals. Okay, 98 and 94. Good starting levels of confidence. Let's go sprinting.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint. And after a season of sprints, this is the last one of the year. This circuit is certainly no stranger to overtakes, so I think we're in for a good one.
Points go to the top finishers in the sprint, and with no mandatory pit stops, it's all about the racing on the track.
Well, no doubts there'll be plenty of action today here at the Sao Paulo Sprint.
So Farris Cat has escaped this time into the Mercedes garage and is running amok inside George Russell's car this weekend. Let's see. What do I want to do with tyres? I don't think I've got hard tyres available. That's what I'll have. No, I don't. So we'll go with the mediums then. This softs will not last, I don't think. No, they won't. Certainly not for Lawson. And I probably don't want to do it for Yuki either. It means I can't push. I am going to throw in an extra lap of fuel. And we're going to go semi-aggressive off the line. Go. All right. Let's go to the grid.
24 laps around Interlagos awaits these drivers in what should be an entertaining sprint.
The 100-kilometer dash around Sao Paulo is typically packed full of overtaking opportunities, making for a thrilling event as the season nears the end.
Forget the scheduled pit stops today. It's all about racing. 24 laps around Sao Paulo in today's sprint. And it's lights out and away we go.
Oh, no. Right. I don't normally do this, but I am doing it tonight. Because I just can't take any more disasters. I forgot to put the parts in the car. And having bankrupted myself nearly to actually afford those parts, I am not going to be racing without them. So, you've got to just quickly set everything back up again. I didn't even click until I just suddenly went to change Lawson's pace overtake command, and I saw this little orange flashing light, and I'm like, oh no! Go. Proper engine, proper ERS, proper gearbox for both cars. There we go. That's better. And now we will obviously abide by whatever happens, but you know, I just can't take another evening of utter disaster, and that would have been an utter disaster. I don't even think Lawson's car would have finished. So, once more, let's go back to the grid.
24 laps around Sao Paulo in today's sprint. And it's lights out and away we go.
Let's try and get past them. Copy box.
Lawson up to 9th. He got up the inside of Gasly. Good stuff. Good stuff, lads. Yuki swarming all over the back of Gasly. They're kind of boxed in behind Stroll and Hamilton with Lawson at the moment. Everyone's on mediums. That's interesting. We don't normally see that. We normally see a little variety in the tyre selection. Because this is the sprint, DRS will switch on at the end of this lap. That's why we are pushing quite hard right from the off.
DRS is enabled. P9 for now.
And Gasly is already out of DRS range, I think. He might just have snuck in under braking. He did. Damn it. Right, I'm going to drop the tyres down, because we're stuck in hot air. So let's stop them from completely melting.
Back off. Okay, copy.
I'm also going to turn down the battery now as well. Oh, no, I'll leave it on for Yuki because he is in the middle of an overtake and he needs to push through, which he's done. Good stuff. Well done, Yuki.
Charge on.
9th and 10th, we're just outside of the points right now. 8th place is the bottom of the points for the sprint. Farah doing his Spider-Man impression. Everybody gets one. Very magnanimous of you there, Farah. settle in, see how we do. Albon is currently holding up Hamilton and Stroll. Don't know if that's the reason we're staying in touch with them so easily. Stroll is looking a little vulnerable. Oh, now Lawson's looking a little vulnerable actually. Let's push Lawson.
You've got energy.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah, Lawson suddenly dropped off the back. See if we can close back up again. I really don't want to push the tyres too hard. Especially with Lawson, because he burns through his tyres quicker than Yuki anyway.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
I am debating switching them round. Yeah, I'm going to switch you over. I'm going to do it in a way that is not going to hurt Lawson's confidence as well. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
I am going to give Yuki a little
You
bit
can
more
push
tyre.
harder.
Copy.
Just for another lap or so.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Oh wow, we are losing quite a lot of time to the cars in front. Be a little disappointing if this is as high as we can go, because we're going to go backwards on the grid when it comes to the start. So we're going to miss out on points in the sprint if this is our actual pace, and then to be in the same situation at the back, fighting from the back to just miss out on points again in the race. That would be pretty heartbreaking, I think.
We push on tyres.
Copy.
Which football manager are you talking about? 23 or 24? Oh, 24. Sorry, I didn't see the 24. It's hidden underneath the emoji symbol on the chat. Alright, we're going to turn off the team orders, but I have dropped their overtake aggression down, because I think it might be quicker for us to just overtake each other on the main straight. And just hope that we don't do anything silly between the straights. This is one of the reasons I turned down the aggression. I'm going to turn it down even more.
No pressure.
Copy.
Don't overtake.
Copy.
Right, so the front runners have stopped pushing and their pace has dropped as a result. Ours is still consistently about where it was. What's it done to their tyres? Not as much as I was expecting.
So focus on bringing the tyres down.
Okay, then, copy.
Spare fuel is almost gone.
You've got energy if you need it.
Okay.
Charge is good.
Copy.
Trying to bring Williams' tyre temps under control, running in that hot, dirty air. And I'm also wary of the fact that Gasly is sniffing.
Lean on the tyres.
Copy.
Press and hold overtake.
Copy.
And we're going to see if we can break away from Gasly on this lap. I don't know if he'll be able to stay with us. I hope he doesn't.
So you can back off a bit.
Copy.
We need some pace.
Yeah, copy.
hold the 1 second. Yes, we can. Excellent. So that's going to put Gasly under pressure from Piastri. And Piastri is side by side. I thought he was through, but they're still battling.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Okay, copy.
And this is where we are losing the time. You can see how quickly Piastri closed us up. We've got the pace on the straight, we don't have it in the infield.
Lean on the tyres as much as you can.
Copy that.
Back off.
Copy.
And now we're starting to see the benefit of not having pushed our tyres quite so hard. We've got a little bit of a tyre advantage over the cars in front of us. And behind us as well, actually. Maybe that will allow us the opportunity for a little push towards the end. See if we can sneak up off the back of Stroll, Hamilton and Albon. And we're going to push Lawson back through
And energy is available.
Copy.
so I can start charging Yuki up.
Charge on.
Copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Okay, copy.
And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
Copy.
Just missing out on the on the peak confidence there. That has reset Yuki back to starting level.
We can push one more step on tyres.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Some of the leaders are starting to push again. Hamilton up are in the 110s again. Stroll still in the 111s. We are just lacking that tiny little bit of pace that we need to start closing them up, unfortunately.
Charge on.
Yeah.
Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
So we need to back off.
Copy.
Going to take a gamble here and not take Yuki out of harvest. And there we go, full battery. Have dropped further off the back of the front runners with Liam leading the charge like this. And ideally what I want is Piastri to start falling back down the order again.
Charge off now.
Because he does not have a penalty in the next race.
The tires is good.
Copy.
Back off now.
Let's push now. The tires is good.
So the better he finishes, the
We need to
more places he stands to gain
Yeah,
from the
copy that.
penalties at the start of the next race. And that is not what I wanted. Damn it. I was hoping Yuki would have had that move done by now. Oh, who's gone wide?
focus on bringing the
I'm not sure which of my two went wide. I think it was Lawson. Yeah, it was. But he kept it clean, didn't really hold us up too much. We lost maybe half a second out of that.
bring the pack up.
And we encouraged the overtake, but I've got to be careful that we don't lose the place straight away as well to
Just focus on charging
Gasly,
the pack.
Okay, then.
who's looking a bit fast now. Once again, Lawson's going to steal the position back. All right, let's just go for it.
Use energy.
Copy.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Try and close that gap up a bit.
You push one step more.
Break away as well.
Yeah.
Hamilton has dropped off the back of Stroll. What's his tyres looking like? What's his pace looking like? He's on 1:11.8 on the last lap. His tyres are at 46%, which is pretty average for everybody. We've got quite a nice little tyre advantage here. Time to use it in these dying laps. Let's get some good lap times out of you now. Just 4 and a bit laps to go.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Go.
Charge on.
Copy.
Another second out of Hamilton on that last lap. He is out of DRS at the moment, which will help us.
Back off now.
Copy.
Trying to bring Lawson along, but I am very cognizant of the fact that his tyres are falling away faster. Don't want him to drop off the back of Yuki and fall into the clutches of Gasly and co. 3 laps to go. We haven't gained on Hamilton this lap, who is almost back in DRS range, so I don't think we're actually going to get any further positions. All we can do is hope that somebody crashes and brings out a yellow flag to give us a chance. It's Ocon behind us. We need someone in front of us to do
now
this.
We're watching Esteban Ocon here. Nothing wrong so far. The wheels just lock up there. Now they did leave it very late.
And that will certainly hurt him when it comes to the race, because he'll be further down the order now, near the back. Yeah, he's behind everybody but Joe. And we're losing time to Hamilton again. So this is where we're going to stay by the look of it, but at least we're now a couple of seconds clear. So 9th and 10th, as I say, it's not ideal. We just missed out on sprint points, unfortunately. We gave it a damn good go.
Tyre conditions good, we can push a bit more.
Yeah, copy.
Two laps to go, and I am wary of Gasly's pace. He has broken away from Piastri.
2 laps to go.
Hopefully Magnussen will get him here. So we want Piastri as far down the order as possible here, because we're going to be behind him at the start of the race. Stroll is probably going to be behind him. That's 3 cars. That immediately means that Piastri's starting 9th and in the points. So the more cars that overtake him now, the harder it will be for him to stay in contention for points in the race.
So slow.
I'm just going to bring it home now. 9th and 10th. It's a little disappointing we couldn't get a point in the sprint, because we are going to be, as I say, back of the grid. Potentially, like I said, it should theoretically be a 5-place penalty for the parts, but it might be 10, because who knows if the game is coded correctly. We'll find out.
This is last lap.
Copy.
So Yuki will either be 8 places down in 17th, or will be at the back. Lawson will either be 15th or at the back. Well, technically, no, Lawson might be 14th. Gasly has got close to Lawson. Let's push whatever battery we've got left.
Energy is available.
Okay, copy.
Don't want to get caught out on the run to the line.
We can push more.
Copy.
We're at the bottom of the pack. Copy.
Here we go, 9th and 10th, and on any normal day I would be ecstatic with 9th and 10th, but we get no
Check
points
flag,
for
check
that,
flag.
so I'm miserable.
P9.
I'm okay with it. It's encouraging to see that we've got some pace in the car, and consistent pace with both cars as well.
Good effort.
Lawson
good
did
effort.
not go backwards. We did kind of protect him a little bit
P10.
in places there, but at the same time he earned that 10th place, and that's encouraging for the feature race.
Yuki Tsunoda ends up without any points after that sprint.
A P9 finish today and lots to think about.
So there you can see Stroll with a penalty, both of our drivers with penalties, and then also behind us Sargent and Ocon. So we might start ahead of, well, we will start ahead of those two. Just a question of how big the penalty is going to be. Perez wins the sprint, Alonso gaining 2 places to get up to 2nd, Max in 3rd, and the Ferraris both dropping down a little bit there. And Stroll did get ahead of Albon at the end there. Hamilton dropping down to 8th. Right, let's see where we start the sprint, the main race.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Brazil loves a home racer, and none more so than the brilliant Ayrton Senna. His victory here at Interlagos in 1991, fighting a broken gearbox, is one of the most emotional moments in F1 history. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
As ever though, the teams will be paying close attention to their strategies heading into the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Of course, you kept track of the notes of the lap numbers there. So, 5-place penalty and a 13-place penalty. Yuki's had a second engine already, hasn't he? Or is that his first engine penalty? No, it's his second engine penalty, isn't it? No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is his first engine penalty. No. You get 3 engines, 2 ERS, and 4. That should only be a 5-place penalty, surely. Ah, that's annoying. It worked out correctly for Lawson, not for Yuki. I'm going to go with 2 extra laps. I want to really push the fuel at the beginning of the race here. Strategy. I'm going to go soft, medium, medium for Liam. His tyres just will not hang on enough with his wear rate to go soft, medium, soft, I don't think. But we'll have spare softs if there is a safety car. So there is that. If I go hards in the middle and then go softs at the end. Nope. I'm going to go with that, actually, for Lawson. And we can adjust that on the fly. Lawson does not have the tyre management to do a one stop. Yuki does, but it means I can't really push him. He has got enough in him to make that work. So it's a quicker strategy. Gives us more pit stops for the competition as well. 13th for Lawson at the start, 17th for Yuki. Could have been worse. And we will see how we go. Can we get Yuki into the points tonight?
We're not too far away from the race start here as we edge closer to the 71 laps of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. This could be a big race for that man right there, Lewis Hamilton.
Absolutely. Sitting in P7 and hoping to pick up a few points for the team.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Who will win? Only time will tell. Here at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Come on. Okay, copy.
Oh, collision with Lawson.
You okay?
It's not damaged the car, but he has damaged his confidence. He's ruined his confidence. I went aggressive around the outside. I think that's probably his fault. I think he's going to get a penalty. Well, he might get a penalty. It might be a racing incident, but I mean, it's destroyed his confidence level, unfortunately. Yuki has gained a place. He's got past, I'm guessing, Joe. Tyres are okay. Hasn't damaged his tyres. So there is that. That's a blessing. What's it done, actually, to... here we go. No penalty. It is a racing incident, and Bottas's tyres are fine as well. So no damage, just a little clunk, but it has massively hurt Lawson's confidence. Need him to start recovering that as quickly as possible. How's everyone else doing with tyres? So we got the Red Bulls on softs. Piastri in 10th is on softs ahead of Russell, and then us with Yuki and Ocon on softs. Everyone else on the mediums. Yuki's going to have a look into turn 4. Not quite. Not quite. He's going to have a look here, though, at the inside. Come on, use those softs. There you go. Good lad. And finish the move off. Beautiful. And that is Yuki into peak confidence. That's the upside of him starting at the back here, is that we can get him some good overtakes nice and quickly, get that confidence really high, and get him cutting through the field like this. Beautiful stuff.
Bottas ahead of you. Car behind Sonoda.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
So take it easy. Need to focus on getting the
I will almost certainly implement team orders. Last thing I want to do is destroy what little confidence Lawson has clawed back by letting him get overtaken. I want to wait until the right moment to do it. I go too slow there? I think I did.
And you can lean on tyres.
We need to protect the front tyres.
Right, we held back Norris. Good stuff.
Charge on, charge on.
So I'm keeping Yuki behind Bottas at the moment for two reasons. One, cool the tyres, recharge the battery. And two, give Lawson a chance to try and get back into DRS range
Used energy.
to help him defend from Norris.
Careful on the energy.
I don't know who got the DRS there. Of course it was Norris, damn it. Using the battery, can we hold the line? No, we can't. Alright, so into top up. Let's cool the tyres down. That has had a little knock on. And let's stop
Back off now.
harvesting with Yuki. Try and get away from
We
Norris
need to
now.
push harder on tyres. They are looking good now. Use deploy, use deploy.
Okay, Norris is pushing hard. Lawson's already vulnerable. He's been passed by Stroll. So this is what I was worried about. Lawson's confidence is causing him to just go backwards, and it's a cascading effect of his confidence getting hammered every time he gets overtaken again. Not good. Hang on, why am I on this strategy for Lawson? I thought I changed that. There we go. I selected the wrong one by mistake. And even that's not right. We're supposed to be soft, medium, hard, weren't we? Ugh, knackers. Alright, well, let's change that up. Let's go soft on the middle stint.
You're good to push on tyres.
Almost back
Push
on
on 2 steps
Bottas.
harder.
And that is Norris dropped as well. No battery left though. Can I get a good enough launch out of this corner to stay in DRS range?
Charge
I
on.
don't know if I did. Hope I did. No, I didn't.
Get your head down, you can do this, come on.
So wherever Lawson finishes is wherever Lawson finishes in this race. I'm not expecting great things, despite the promise we showed in the sprint, but Yuki is the driver that we really want to do well tonight. We want him in the points at the end of this weekend.
Slow down. Not anti-deploy when you can.
How many seasons am I going to do? At least 3, maybe 4. Depends how long it takes us to win the title. But this might be the only series we do now, until the next game comes out, if there is another game. There are rumblings that, from dissenters on Reddit, but there are rumblings that there might not be another one. Steve from Frontier, who was the community manager for this game, has left Frontier. So people are taking that as the first signs of the end of the franchise as far as Frontier is concerned. We'll see. I really hope that's not the case. They've done a good job building on last year, and I'd love to see what they can do next season. It's just a question of if we're going to get a next season.
We can push one step more.
Stroll has forced his way through and is now closing us down. We're about to make a move on Piastri.
Charge on. A small lift off to help the tires.
Lawson is just going backwards at the moment. Everybody's jumping in. That's the knock-on effect of no confidence. You're just a sitting duck.
Use anti-deploy as much as you can.
Stroll is getting close. He's in DRS range now.
Recharge on.
Right, so Piastri's finally passed Bottas. There you go, Ignacio. So my tyres are in pretty good shape at the moment. Get those temps down as well so we can start to go a bit more aggressive in a moment. Yuki's still in peak confidence, but it is starting to degrade, so if we're going to keep him there, we need to make a move on Bottas soon. I'm going to try and get him coming out of Yunkao.
Now we can push one step more on tyres, Yuki.
Right, so we've got Valtteri. Can we get Piastri here as well?
Good.
Maybe around the outside of turn 4? No, not quite.
Recharge on, Yuki, recharge on.
Trying to keep the pressure on Piastri, get him to drop that 1 second, which he has done. And now, theoretically, we should be able to get this move done here. Not quite. Can we get him on the exit of turn 3? We'll run to turn 4. He's not positioned properly, he's not going to get him here either. Right, let's spend a lap charging up. Because I want to be able to push straight onto the back of Russell and Magnussen as soon as we get past Oscar. Have a little check-in with Lawson. The slow process of rebuilding that confidence is going on right now.
Charge on.
And here comes Stroll, pushing hard.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Now we're going to make the move because Oscar is starting to drift away from Russell and Magnussen. Plus, as I say, Stroll is lurking behind us. We'll get the move done into the inside of turn 4 here. Now, have we got enough battery left to get onto the back of George?
Yes.
You can think so.
Let's take a look at the replay. This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. The gap opens up for them. And Tsunoda says, thank you very much.
We are close. Just a couple of tenths outside of DRS. We're almost out of battery though. We have dropped Piastri, which is good and bad. It's good because we're not going to be under threat from Piastri, but it's bad because Stroll's going to jump him almost immediately. We're now out of battery. And I don't think we got in either. I think we just missed it. We did. And there is Stroll making the move. Piastri will try and fight back into turn 4.
On tires, we are good to push one step more. overtake button.
It's the confidence meter that's put you off flying. Well, this is where having a race engineer with a high stat in what was it? It wasn't communication. Forget which stat it was, but that boosts the effects of positive confidence gains and reduces the negative effect of confidence losses. So Lawson hasn't spent that much time with his engineer. So he does suffer big losses and smaller gains, or normal gains, which aren't amazing. But next season, once he's had more time with his engineer, he will be a lot more comfortable, and he will improve how much confidence he gains from an overtake, and he will lose less if he's overtaken or makes a mistake. So, I mean, it's a balancing act.
Recharge on.
Just want to make sure we hold off Stroll through that corner. There we go.
So we need one step more management.
And now we're onto the back of Magnussen and Russell, but we are running through our tyres quite quickly in that last lap. Might box Yuki a little earlier. Let's bring him in around lap 20 instead. There we go.
Use and deploy when you can.
Now that I've reached the back of these two, I don't want to lose them again.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Lawson's been caught by Zhou. I'm going to get him off those tyres a little earlier.
Comfortable to push.
We'll get him on the hard tyres on the next stint. Let's go to lap 21.
Focus forward.
No, I don't want to go that aggressive. That just risks another mistake. Let's just stay on that pace. Two more laps for Yuki. And Oscar's in, so that's the first of the soft runners in. Lawson is just about holding off Zhou at the moment. screw it, may as well push the tyres.
Okay, we can push one more step on tyres.
And this is box lap for Sonoda. And we will look after the mediums a little bit more.
Copy.
Recharge on. Stay close to the cars in front.
And Perez is in, so that's the another one of the soft runners.
Slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
And we're right behind Russell. Interesting.
Understood, Yuki.
.7, it's not bad. Held to let George through.
Track is clear. Recharge on, recharge on.
Right, what did Russell put on? Did he put on more softs? I think he did. Oh no, he went mediums as well. Max is in. And Lawson's finally broken away from from Stroll. Not Stroll, from Zhou. He even closed the gap up to Hulkenberg a little bit.
Back off.
There's Ocon boxes in front of him. Alright, tyres are up to temp.
We need to protect the front tyres.
Let's get after Russell. Oh, it's a bad stop for Lawson. It's going to drop him to the back of the field.
To clear.
So Alpha Tauri's crew are all good to go.
There's a gap issue.
And they just really struggle. It's not a smooth one.
Oh, that was a painfully long stop.
So we need to back off.
6 seconds we lost on that stop.
Overtake button.
This exit clear.
Try and get after George if
Now
we
we
can.
can push one step more on tyres.
At least the mad pit stop didn't hurt Lawson's confidence.
use everything.
Let's set some blistering
Pace as
laps
much as we can.
for 2 laps. Try and get some nice personal best sectors for Lawson. Just a little short on pace to get Russell here. Can't melt the tyres. Yeah, he's just got too much pace. Alright, we'll settle down. We're going to get a nice undercut on a couple of the cars in front of us anyway, so let's not cook our tyres too quickly. So, 2 personal best sectors for Lawson on that last lap. There's Leclerc boxes. Magnussen has boxed, so we should get out in front of him with Tsunoda. And we do.
No more energy for now.
Zhou is boxed, and we should have been able to jump Zhou comfortably with Lawson, but as I say, with that 6 seconds lost, it's going to be back behind him, I think, or we might get him.
Bring the pack up.
We did actually manage to claw that time back, just. Zhou's gone soft tyres though, so he's going to exact revenge on us pretty quickly. What did Magnussen go on to? He went on to soft as well. So here we go. Norris, Bottas, both in the box. Let's watch Norris first. Mediums. It's a bad stop. We like that. Not a great stop for Valtteri. I think he might have had an issue as well. And Logan's out on softs. Just a little bit too far ahead of Zhou and Lawson, who has lost more confidence because he's been overtaken, but he should get it back in a moment. I'm actually going to try and just hang on to the back of him for a moment. Rebuild the battery again.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
And going back to the confidence, Farah, don't forget as well, better drivers make less mistakes,
We need
so
to focus on the energy now.
they're less likely to be hit by the problems. Someone has had a spin. Who was
We've got
it?
a yellow flag here.
That was Magnussen. Oh, that's a big one on those brand new softs.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
That's taken 10% of his tyres away. Good. Yeah, Lawson can't even keep pace with Zhou right now. Yuki 2 places off the points and only 2.5 seconds off the points. Hulkenberg yet to stop, I think. Yeah, he's going to stop very soon though. He might stop this lap. I hope he goes another lap and holds up Russell for another lap. Because we are closing hand over fist right now. Took half a second out of him in the last sector alone there. And there goes Hulkenberg, unfortunately. So we miss out on the opportunity to get the overtake. At least on track. Although confidence is still good for Yuki. That would have pushed us right back up to maximum again. And we've halved the gap. Well, we've gained 2 seconds on Russell in that exchange as well. Who has pushed his tyres harder than we have. Oh, it's an issue for Hulkenberg as well. Wow, everyone's mechanics are making mistakes today.
But we
Sticky
see
wheel
the
nut.
issue occur here.
Really sticky wheel nut, my God. That was a bad one. That was a very bad one. I'm going to push really hard on this lap. See if we can get back into range of Russell, seeing as we're close. Look at that launch out of Young Cow there. We took over half a second out of Russell, thanks to that acceleration there.
Recharge on.
And Alonso boxes. Perez sets a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:10.3, which is about 2 seconds quicker than we're doing. Gasly's in as well.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Albon in fourth. Yeah, but Albon hasn't stopped yet. His tyres are very dead. He might be going for a one stop actually. He's taking his tyres down to 26%. Oh no!
Are you
God
okay?
damn it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's see what happened there. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. Dangerously close to each other. The cars coming together right there. Now their
I think that
confidence
might
will
be
have taken
George's
a
fault.
hit with that.
Both drivers are still going. What's the damage? No aero damage. Everything in the powertrain's still fine. Tyres... I think the tyres aren't too bad, actually. Where were we on tyres last lap? Yeah, we were on 77 at the start of this lap, so we've only lost a few percent on the tyres as well. Obviously, we've lost a lot of confidence and quite a few places. That is the downside. We're back in the clutches of Stroll.
Let's take a closer look.
6 places lost.
So we're heading now into turn 5. It's certainly inviting.
Albon boxes. But we have pace. Oh, we've got the penalty. Great. So we've got the pace to get back up into the points because we were running 8th when we made that overtake. What's the state of George's car? I think he's missing a big chunk of his wing. Yes, he is. Stroll's going to get us here. Can't defend that.
No chance.
Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus. Recharge on now.
Okay.
Now we're in a bit of a rough situation because it's our confidence that's been hurt.
Use deploy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in peak confidence just when he made that move. That's a big loss. No, this is not a total loss. But we are now vulnerable to cars on quick tyres behind us. As evidenced by the fact that Stroll nabbed us and now Sargent's threatening us. And that 1 second, or that 5 second penalty is really going to hurt us as well. We'll have to serve that at the next pit stop. And that might ultimately be what stops us from getting points.
We push on tires.
Copy.
Now I'm out of battery, which means I am going to get passed by Sargent here. Going to have to try and just recharge.
Lift off, save fuel.
Hope I can defend.
Charge on.
Copy.
It's still not, all bad as well. There's still stuff to play for in this race because this is a race that does get safety cars. So that will help as well, bring us back into contention. Even a VSC would help. We could get off these tyres and serve the penalty under slower conditions than full racing speed. That would mitigate some of that penalty.
I can't do it with this one.
Don't worry, keep focus. Charge on.
Copy.
And it is just another mistake from Yuki. Which makes me kind of glad I haven't renewed his contract yet. He's quick, but he's so aggressive. And that aggression hurts him because he makes too many mistakes. Can't go for the softs anymore though, I don't think. Unless... Have I got another set? Don't think I do. Oh, I do. This is controversial, but I'm going to go for it.
We can put a bit of energy on tires.
Copy.
I'm going to maybe delay the stop by an extra lap or so, but we're going to give ourselves the opportunity to get some overtakes in, get that confidence level back up, which will boost his speed. Yeah, it's a slower strategy overall, but it gets that penalty out of the way and gives us another chance to set a competitively fast pit stop for the competition as well. And right now, pushing the tyres is the only way I'm going to close the gap to the cars I'm chasing.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead. Caution through there.
The team glued to the monitor.
Yes, my mic is off. Thank you. Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be Albon who was going to get the penalty there, but it was unfortunately Piastri. With the one-stop strategy, the damage to those tyres will hurt Albon. That will hurt his overall race pace. He'll have to either make another stop or look after his tyres. And we've got another incident somewhere. Magnussen, everyone's going off at turn 4.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4.
And that's a position gain for
And
Yuki.
the car locks up. What caused that, I wonder?
There is Magnussen behind us. So back up to 13th.
Come on, Yuki. Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
And Sargent's pulling us onto the back of Ocon here.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yep.
Use energy.
Oh, god damn it. Once again, losing confidence. Because we just can't compete.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Right, we're stopping in a couple of laps, so let's get this move done now.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Right, can we hold Sargent behind us? I think we can.
Good job, Yuki. We have
Yes, we
P12.
can. Excellent. So, a bit more confidence recovery. We try and push back onto Ocon and retake Ocon before we box as well.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Copy.
Use energy. Charge on. Charge on.
Right, hopefully we got the DRS there. Nope, it's always the other car. Alright, I've got Lawson past Piastri there, and that gets his confidence up into medium, finally. I'm going to keep pushing that battery, see if we can get him back onto Hulkenberg. This will be our last lap out with Yuki. We'll be boxing on the next one.
Box.
Copy.
Recharge.
Copy.
Alright, come on Yuki, don't
Use
do
it
something
as much as
stupid
you
at turn
can.
4 again.
Copy.
We're not getting him. Right, let's save what little left is left of the battery.
Recharge on.
Bit of an incident somewhere. It's Perez
Here's the
running wide.
replays. Right, so this was the 4th corner. And that's where they slightly run off the track.
That's nothing.
DA3.
Copy.
Right, so let's clear this penalty. And then we can go back on the attack again.
Bring the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
That was a 2.4 second stop as well. Ah, that's frustrating. Oh, I wonder if it's actually given us the 2.4 there. Very weird line for Yuki to take there. Right,
Recharge
are we lapped yet? Not quite. Those are the leaders right behind us. That's Alonso and Sainz. We've got out just in front of them. Can we stay ahead of them? Please say we can.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Absolutely cripple us if we get lapped now.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Okay.
Right, who's that boxing? Is that Piastri? It is. Piastri is in the pits. So that's his penalty. A wing change as well, so this will be a very slow stop. This will be around 13 seconds or so. Yellow flag. That's a Williams. That's Sargent this time.
Let's have a look at that. Now this is Logan Sargent. Things look fine here. The brakes couldn't cope, but that's just the risk you take.
Yeah, he's already in don't fight teammate mode. That's good. We are definitely running the gauntlet with Yuki in this race. With this strategy, going all out on attack. Got him back to his starting level. And he is lapping almost a second faster than the leaders right now, which is excellent. What we need him to do. And Perez interjecting himself into that fight there now. He's got past Sainz. He's going to make a move on Alonso into turn 1. Leclerc boxes. And we just got DRS off the back of Lawson as well, I think. Yes, we did. Excellent. So we get the DRS and we'll get an easy pass. That's an issue for Sargent at the pits as well.
Williams
Beautiful
team
stuff.
take their
That helps
places.
immensely. Jack
But
issue.
hang on, there's the reason for the hold-up.
Lawson dives out of the way. 4 seconds off the back of Hulkenberg. And lapping about a second quicker. Oh wow, we just got a huge amount of time on Hulkenberg there. Oh, because he's stuck behind Zhou, who's lapping 2 seconds slow, or a second and a half slower than us. Because Zhou boxes. Damn it, I wanted to overtake him. I've got Perez breathing down my neck. There he is. Got to keep pushing, trying to stay ahead for as long as I can. Might not be a bad thing to just tuck in behind him, but if we do that, we run the risk of Alonso nabbing us. Although actually Alonso's boxing soon. Looks like this is going to be a runaway win for Perez now. Yeah, I'm going to get got. Alright, let's ease down the tyres. Ease down the fuel, go into harvest mode.
Okay.
Oh, we lost a huge amount of time. That was not good. Going to get back onto Perez. I'm out in front of Albon, who has boxed to get off those tyres, and I don't know, did he need to change his wing as well? Yeah, this has not worked out well for us. Albon mediums to the end now. And there's Alonso in the background, so this is really starting to hurt. We should be free and clear of Hulkenberg, and we're just falling away. I don't want to get lapped by Alonso because he's about to box. That would be a disaster. There we go, we're through. And Russell boxes. So this will be new tyres and a new front wing. Should be a new front wing. There it is. And a set of mediums.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Also overtaken by Albon.
Back off, back off, back off.
Okay.
You can lift off to avoid instability.
Okay.
18 and a bit seconds behind Ocon, who's about to stop. Bottas is about to stop. Norris is about to stop. We have another one to do, but we'll be quick when we do get on these tyres again for the final stop. It's a lot of time to try and claw back. It's not impossible though. Oh, and that helps.
Chandok, talk us through this
Everyone's making
It
pit
was a
stop
pit
errors.
stop for Esteban Ocon.
Love it.
Oh, but the car isn't released properly.
It's like, is there just one Jackman running up and down the pits for every? He's servicing every team. All the other team members, Jackmen, came down with food poisoning. You got one guy running from box to box. Right, Alonso is in the pits, so that takes pressure off us from behind in terms of getting lapped. we've got a nice sort of 13-second gap to sight. No, more than that, probably about 20 seconds. Almost cleared the negatives, not quite, but almost. And he's going to get lapped by, or passed by Sargent though. It's going to hurt his confidence again. Yeah, it's not been a good race for Lawson, unfortunately. Never had a chance after that early incident. Downside of where we are right now is that Norris is in the points, but he has to stop again. And the longer he stays out, the bigger the potential undercut that everyone else is going to have on him. But he probably will go to softs because of his tyre saving skills. Gasly's gone soft, so I think anyone who boxes now is probably going softs if they have new ones available. If not, they'll go mediums. Closing the gap to Bottas, but it doesn't feel like it half the time. There's Lawson getting overtaken. So, drops him back into the negatives again. Valtteri boxing. When are we due to stop? About 5 laps.
We'll be boxing this lap.
I'm actually going to box Liam on the next lap.
If you could push a bit harder and try and see. So we're going to box this lap.
Copy box.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Okay, so Bottas is close behind us. That is, it's not good. I was expecting it to be a little bit long, a little bit more for a pit stop. I was thinking it was around 23, 24 seconds. It's not. It's about 19, 18 seconds. About 19, 20, something in that region. But yeah, the upside, the upshot of that is that Bottas is already in DRS range, going on the attack. Let's melt what's left of these tyres and get off them quickly.
Yeah, okay.
also help Yuki defend in pushing the tyres like this. We are a lap down, so we do have fuel to burn. It's about 1.3 kilos a lap, so we don't have a huge amount to burn. There's Norris boxes. Can we get him on the exit? Just to screw with him a bit. Almost. We can tuck right up behind him though. Right. Fast, clean stop, please. .7. It's not amazing.
No cars coming out the pits.
Again, I think what we'll do is we'll just sacrifice Lawson's position because he's already last. He's capable of catching Zhou, I think, and that's about it if he's lucky. So we'll sacrifice him for the pit stop competition, but we will give him a full-on sprint lap, see what he can do in terms of maybe yoinking the fastest lap away from Alonso. Just don't have the grip to get the move done against Norris on those brand new tyres of his. Right, we'll box this lap. It's only a lap earlier than the original plan.
And box, Yuki box.
Yeah, copy.
No saving required.
Okay, mate, copy.
Lawson just running wide under pressure from Piastri there, so that again kills his confidence a bit. Here comes Yuki. Let's have a clean, fast stop. We're going to have any chance of anything in this race. This needs to be good. It's good. It's a 2.4. Norris in 9th though. That is not good. No, Lawson gets Piastri. Cannot get Russell though. Oh no, that's Hamilton. He's trying to unlap himself from Hamilton. He's currently running in 6th. Okay. Let's call him in. Let's give him another set of fresh tyres.
Box.
Copy, box.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
We need to protect the front tires.
Okay.
So, how far are we off? Can't tell. Not at a quick glance. I'll work the maths out in a minute. first of all. A 2.4 would be nice. 2.6 is slightly quicker.
Clear on exit.
Gets him to 8th. Need more than that. Gonna box him again. So Lawson's race is done. I'm just trying to improve his lot in the fastest pit stop competition. Because that's worth big money.
Box.
Yeah, copy box.
And we've got ourselves onto the back of Sainz and Alonso. So they are lapping 110s at the moment, which is faster than some of the cars in front of us, but not all. Bottas is quite a way ahead of us. I don't think we've got enough in us to catch Bottas, unfortunately. Bottas is doing 110.3s, he's quick. Norris is doing 110.7s. We're doing 193s, but even so. Again. One more go.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Box.
Copy box.
It's just not. It's one thing to another against another.
say.
Oh, we just screwed over
Back off high speed.
the few people there.
Save fuel.
We just screwed over Russell.
So this is what happened. Now the Alpha Tauri involved here. The opportunity begging to be taken. And that sees them move to 15.
Excellent. Oh, we'll take that all day long.
We need to focus on the energy now.
And that's Sargent we're on the gearbox of.
Overtake button.
Copy.
I want to watch the move. It's more important than the stop. 2.7. Ah, come on.
Get on exit.
Use anti-deploy. Use anti-deploy.
I know I said one more go, but yeah, and I'm going to have another attempt. It's another yellow flag.
Copy
That
box.
is Piastri, maybe?
And here we've got a
Yeah,
yellow flag.
Piastri. Doesn't help.
Use deploy. Use deploy.
not getting through. Let's just wait till these two catch Magnussen and then try and get them then.
Charge on, charge on. We need to do lift off.
2.5, there we go. That is better. That is a stop that we can retire him on. 4th place, we'll take that. At least we didn't break anything on the car.
Box. Box. We're going to retire the car.
Running out of laps. We are closing on Bottas. And right now we need that point because otherwise we're going to be losing a position to Norris, I think.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Stay close to
We
the cars in
have to make
front.
this move now, quick, while we can. There we go, at the inside, get the DRS, complete the move. Put the moves on Alonso now, if we can. And then sprint off, hopefully, into the distance. Oh, god damn it, we got blue flagged again.
Recharge on, recharge on.
We clearly got the pace to break away, it's just not letting us do it. And it's because those two are so damn close to each other. If they were a little bit further apart, if they were a second apart, it wouldn't have been an issue. We could have picked them both off quite comfortably, but and I think that's now put us too far away from having any chance of catching Valtteri. So it looks like we might drop behind McLaren. They're going to get 2 points out of this. Williams are going to get a point as well. So it's going to be 3 teams actually tied for 9 points. But I think we'll be at the bottom of that pile. You see, even look, turning the tyres and fuel down and going into harvest mode, we're still closing back in on Sainz and Alonso. This is the frustration. We have the pace to get past them and pull away from them, but we just can't get past them because we get past one and we get blue flag again, trying to get past the other one.
Overtake button.
Let's have another try. Can't just sit here. Although I don't think I'll get them on this lap because they're now in range of Magnussen. But I can at least get Magnussen.
You can lift off turn 3 to avoid instability.
Oh, Jesus, that was brutal.
Copy.
And there we go. Full confidence. Just
Yes, yes, yes.
came a little bit too late.
Let's keep it up. You're good. So it's P13, 1-3.
Because we are now
No DRS available, no DRS available.
nearly 19 seconds off of 10th place with 5 laps to go.
6 laps to go.
5, we're a lap down.
We need to cool the car. We can fight. A recharge on. And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
Yeah, this battle between Sainz and Alonso has killed any hope we had. We've just not been able to get past them both.
5 laps to go.
But this is encouraging for Vegas tomorrow to see this kind of pace in Yuki's car. And we'll have no penalties to deal with. Although we'll probably run the gauntlet of starting at the back and seeing if we can do a position gain. Because everything he's had to overcome and he's still running in 13th and comfortably in 13th. Gives me hope for tomorrow. Of being able to, if not get points, and certainly make money.
We go charge on. 4 laps to go.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a hammer blow to our Constructors' Championship, this race. Just been unlucky again. Can't seem to catch a break. You want to see Ocon? Well, yeah, he has closed up to Albon. Let's see if he can at least rescue us from Williams. I think McLaren are going to overtake us in the Constructors, but this could theoretically drop Albon back down. Let's take a look at tyres. Ocon's tyres are slightly better.
Use and deploy when you can.
But the yellow flag is a VSC. Ah, Yuki's crashed. Oh, if you've destroyed your powertrain, I will fire you on the spot.
Now, we
I'm
should
seeing
be able to
sparks,
take
and
a
that is
look
not
here.
good.
This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. There! That's the
That's a
moment
big,
of impact.
hefty whack at the back.
and the
That's
car
destroyed the
leaving a
gearbox,
bit
I
of
think.
paint on that barrier. And that's a tough one to take for both driver and the car.
And that VSC means that I don't think Ocon's going to have the time to get past Albon. Unless that VSC clears on like the final corner and Ocon can try and get him coming through Junção. I so wanted to keep you, but you're making it so hard. I think that is the end of Yuki's career with AlphaTauri. Say something again there, Mr. Water. I dare you. Yeah, that's it.
Perez has crossed the line first.
God damn Yuki. Killing me.
And that will definitely be a day.
Not even going to bother looking at the results there. Let's see. Yeah, Williams and McLaren have jumped us. And Williams, how did they get 3 points? Oh, the sprint. Forgot about the sprint. Oh, okay, so we're down to 9th, but we're level on points with McLaren. Okay. So, we have to beat McLaren in the next races to get those points back. Ocon would have got him. Yeah, Ocon would have got him, but they would still have ended up with 2 points, which would have put them a point ahead of us. Right, let's at least have a look at how we did. 2nd and 4th. That's good points. And Red Bull down in 6th and 8th. And that's a nice colour on you there, Mr. Water. Look at all these stops that we tried just to try and get a decent one. There it is, a 2.5. It did give us the 2.4, and that's actually the fastest stop. That was on his 5-second penalty. So it's not applied the penalty there for some reason. That's interesting to see. I think it's the first time I've ever seen that. 5 overtakes, 10 failed for Lawson. 22 successful defences, 13 failed. Put up a good fight, but with confidence absolutely destroyed. He was never going to hold positions, unfortunately. 15 overtakes, 31 failed for Yuki. 17 successful defences, 10 failed. A good performance until he wobbled. And then he wobbled again at the end. We came out with 2.8 million. Did it give us the streak? Again, it did. Neither of our cars finished, but it gave us the streak for 2 in the top 15. So I will take that extra money. That will clear our debt just. But how much damage have we done to Yuki's car? Yeah, we've cleared that. We're now back to 1 million in the green, or in the black, as I should say. Dickon has low morale because Yuki keeps destroying the car he's designing. I'm not looking forward to this. Powertrain has taken a whack. ERS has taken a whack. Gearbox has taken a whack. That was a brand new engine. And now I have to buy him a new gearbox if he wants to be competitive. Well, he's not getting a new gearbox. He's just going to have to make do. I think we're going to fail our season objective. And, yeah, I'm going to be replacing Yuki Tsunoda. I just really hoped that I could actually finish ahead of McLaren to try and pinch Piastri. But now, that's not looking likely. So, I'm not sticking Fittipaldi in the car. I'm not putting one error-prone driver out for a rookie who's going to make all sorts of mistakes. What am I looking at? Board. Let's see what the board is saying. They're still with high confidence on us. They're disappointed about the finances, but we've cleared the debt, so that will go away. Another disappointed race. Yeah. What else needs replacing on this car? We need a chassis replacement. We don't have any more chassis. Yep. That's both the chassis gone. I have to go with this one for now. I need another front wing. That's my spare front wing gone. And that's my spare suspension gone. Can't believe Yuki's destroyed, or not destroyed, but seriously damaged his power unit again, having just given him a new one. Still waiting on results from him. I didn't really want to go with Teo, but I'm starting to get tempted. I mean, we could... No, his contract is obscene. Yeah, there's no way we could afford to buy him out, really. Because, I mean, his salary's rubbish there, but if we try and sign him, he'll want at least another 10 million, probably. Ocon is now too old, so we can't sign him. I'm not bringing back Nick de Vries. Sargent would be a downgrade, but he would be calmer. He's got low aggression. I am a little worried as well that Lawson also has high aggression. This is who I want. Ooh. Ooh. He is now open. Stroll does meet the rules, yes. But I don't like Stroll. We're gonna try and sign Oscar Piastri. We can actually finally sign him now. So he will be replacing Yuki next year. We're going to go with a 5-season deal. So we have to sign Piastri as he is one of the objectives of this playthrough. And let's give him... Will he settle for 3.5 mil? Yes, he will. Beautiful. Yuki is toast. Brought it on himself. So, we have a new driver for next season. What happens if I go over the cost cap on F1 Manager. We get a fine every month that we're over the cost cap, and obviously once you go over the cost cap, you can't bring it back. You know, you're going to get fined every month until the end of the year. You can't unspend money that you spent. So if you go over very early, if you go over in, say, September, then you're getting a fine by, if you say went over by 2 mil, then at the end of September, you're getting a fine of 2 million. If you then don't go over the cost cap any further, you will continue to get a 2 million fine in October, November and December. But if you have to emergency manufacture something, or like a new engine or a new car part, then that pushes you further over the cost cap. And so say you buy a new engine and that's an extra 5 million over the cost cap. At the end of that season, at the end of that month, you're now 7 million over the cost cap. So you will get a 7 million fine at the end of that month instead of 2. And then the next season, the next month, you'll get a 7 million fine, and then a 7 million fine, and every month until the end of the season. So, yeah, breaching the cost cap, you can get away with it to a degree, as long as you're careful with your spending. But if you breach it big style, you are absolutely screwed, because you will easily get fined, because you'll just rack up so much debt. So there we go. Congratulations on securing a contract with Oscar for 2024. I'm actually kind of excited for this lineup as well. Australian driver and a New Zealand driver together will be an interesting combination. Your colour is back, by the way, Mr. Water. Just in case you were wondering. So we've got 2 more races with Yuki. And let's hope that he doesn't do anything stupid in the next 2 races. But on current form, that is not likely. There we go. Composure. That's the stat that I was talking about. So I also want to see if I can afford... doing that signing has taken money away from me that I was going to use to start another car development. Oh no, wait, we're still... That's alright, that's okay, we got away with that. Can sort out the tour centre while I remember. Helipad's still fine. Everything else here is... that's about to go, but that's fine. We've got the signing done. So I'm going to risk going into debt a little bit more, potentially. I'm going to look at potentially replacing Matthias Spinney next season with Josh. So let me go to scouting, race engineers, and let's take a look at Josh and compare against Mattia. And you can see there, big improvement in composure. That will be crucial for keeping Piastri's confidence in a good place. It's a contract situation. Spinney's got 2 years left on his contract, so I don't think we can actually get rid of him yet by the rules. Let's go to his full profile. His contract ends at the end of the 2025, so we can't replace him till the end of 2024. So we have got Spinney next season. Okay, that takes that off the table. But this is what we're looking like so far for changes for next year. We've got Dan Fallows coming in for Jody. We've got Dirk De Beer coming in for Dickon. We've got Ben Michel, who brought in this year to replace... who was it he replaced? I can't remember the name of the engineer we had before. Who was it? Oh, it was Pierre. It was Pierre Hamlin. We swapped, basically. Aston signed him after we poached Ben. And then on top of that, where is staff gone too far? We've got Marco Peroni, but I am considering Alan Permain for next season, who is a big improvement. And he is out of contract, so we can afford to make that. I didn't see an option though. Is he retiring? Didn't see an option to offer him. No, there it is. So let's go ahead and get Alan Permain as well. Next season we'll offer him. I don't like odd numbers. You know, well, not odd numbers, but you know, I don't like uneven, unrounded numbers like that. So we'll go with 900 grand. This will dip us slightly into debt again. He's turned that down. He wants a little bit more. Okay, we can go up a bit more. Give him $1 million. And that he will take. So we're putting together a really strong backroom team for next season. Much better head of technical chief coming in. Much better head of aero. And a better sporting director to really continue the work that Marco's done, which has been good work he's done with our pit crew this year, but bringing in Alan will hopefully just take them that little bit further. And obviously our new driver lineup for next year, Liam Lawson partnering up with Oscar Piastri. That's going to be an interesting, exciting lineup. There we go. So we are 350,000 in debts. We'll clear that soon. Andrea Stella saying we're going to give you a kicking. You may well. We got scouting results on Ollie Behrman. Let's have a look at Ollie. Yeah, it's not too bad. He's definitely somebody I'd like to consider for the future. Freddie Vesti and Jack Doohan. Doohan's stats look quite nice actually. And let's take a look at Freddie. Good braking stat, not so good on the cornering. Accuracy's not very good. Alright, okay, 9 days to go till Vegas. We've got a spare chassis, but I can't afford to make another one. Oh. I just need to last the last couple of races. Everything will be fine next year. I just got to get to next year. Don't fire me. I wonder, did I hurt myself by going into debt again? No, not yet. They're still high, but they are concerned about those 3 disappointed races in 4. That's another double DNF. I think that's 3 DNFs in those disappointeds. Gotta go for it. Could be a mistake that Yuki's going to be in the car, so we shall see. I can't make any more parts. I don't have the money at the moment. still got cost cap available, just don't have actual cash in hand. Got a spare underfloor though. That's good. Yeah, Yuki fucked his gearbox. Good job, Yuki. Source Centre's refurb is done, so that's going to up the weekly income a bit. There we go. That's an extra 20 grand a week. And that's it. Now we're ready for Vegas. So, because I will forget to do it, who gets the new chassis? I think I'm going to give it to Liam. He is the less likely of the two drivers to do something ridiculously stupid. No, I can't. I've got to give it to... Yuki's the quicker driver. I've got to give it to him. There we go. Alright, so we are set, we are prepped, ready for tomorrow night's race. We will be going to Vegas and really hope that we can just survive the next two races without things going wrong, because we need a break. We need to catch a break. We've had nothing but rotten luck since... Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the calendar. When was the last time we actually had a decent outcome? Silverstone, we were 12th and 13th. That wasn't too bad. Hungary. 16th and 17th. Not good. Spa. Wow, I was really hoping we'd do well. We got 11th and a DNF, and that was De Vries's last race. And then we put Lawson in the car. And we got 16th and 19th. Monza, which should have been good. Wasn't. Amazing. I mean, Yuki 11th, but missed out on points. That was our last decent result, I think. Singapore. No, Singapore 11th and 15th. So, was it Suzuka where I think Suzuka's where everything went wrong. Yeah, 15th and 17th. Mistakes plenty in Suzuka. Qatar was a nightmare. Double DNF. Kota could have been good, but wasn't. It was 17th and 18th. Mexico. Really hoped for something good at Mexico. Double DNF. And then tonight, terrible result as well. Double DNF. So, yeah, we've got two races to go. Looks like the weather will be fine in both races. So, at least we've got that going for us. And I just got to hope that I can survive without the board turning on me. It would be really nice if we could get 8th in the Constructors, which would require us to beat McLaren, or Williams, or both. As long as we don't lose the board, I think we'll be okay. But we need a good result tomorrow, because we told the board we would do well and in that email, and if we don't, that could really hurt me. So yeah, crunch race tomorrow. We will be back at the usual time, 8 PM. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.